being merciful, being patient, and loving your neighbour. There isn't a single creed which may assert its monopoly on these values. They are deeply rooted in the human spirit. Kofi Annan.
وهذا المؤتمر يأتي الآن في وقت حرج.
I would like to note that it is the right time to organise such a forum because Muslims are now experiencing a very difficult period relating to permanent challenges towards Muslims and Islam, as well as ungrounded accusations and other hostile acts in the name of Islam. History has too many conflicts and too many tragedies which took place in the name of religion. Achieving a better understanding of various creeds, we will be able to avoid the distrust used by some people as the basis for inflaming hatred and violence. Margaret Thatcher. Human beings and the values of civilizations which allow humans to rise above all circumstances are under threat, for we have lost the vision of our wise men and are preoccupied with momentary grievances. Indira Gandhi. There have always been people who have used religion as the instrument for unleashing conflict between nations, and the modern world is not immune from this evil. All the more so, since the modern world offers such a powerful weapon as the media to be used as a vehicle for evilmongers. The most sensational scandal which the media can be blamed for was the publication of caricatures of the Prophet Muhammad, which aroused a wave of discontent around the world. The confrontation between some Muslim and Western countries which existed at that moment became more acute, and opposition was expressed in both political and economic spheres. We can't move away from the present time in order to build interreligious dialogue, whilst earlier the talk was on the interaction of religions in history, sometimes fruitful and sometimes bloody. Now the discussion is about global dialogue between religion and the secular worlds. Nursultan Nazarbayev. However, the situation with the caricatures and other similar situations have showed that in the West and in the East there are people for whom a different culture, history and religion were indisputable values. The chief editors of many of the publications who published the pictures in pursuit of higher circulations were fired, and in some European countries the publications themselves were closed down. One of the largest British banks consciously closed the accounts of the British National Party, the leaders of which launched a harsh attack upon Islam within the press. There are many such factors both in Western countries and in the Muslim world. What is often referred to as conflict and contradiction between religions, in many cases is conflict between states, between economic groups, and conflict between specific politicians. Nursultan Nazarbayev. All nations and all people want the world to be free of war, conflict, hatred and discrimination, and aspire to a joint solution of the problems of mankind to establish peace and security. Fahd bin Abdul Aziz. Each of us has his own philosophy, customs and lifestyle. However, here in Tehran, we have proved that our nation's ideals, though different from each other, may be united in a harmonic single whole in the course of our movement towards prosperity of the whole world, carrying us towards common welfare. Franklin D. Roosevelt. It is a simple truth that the world has been becoming more independent. However, understanding this is still very fragile, and reactions to any nuances and variations are strong. Every effort to change this is worthwhile, and the Common World Conference is aimed at becoming an effective mechanism for reaching détente between the two largest self-sufficient civilizations, the Muslim world and the West. This mechanism has already been launched.
Эта идея этой конференции, она лежит в русле инициативы нашего президента, которая была.
This conference is part of our President's initiative, announced in 2007 at a session of the UN General Assembly, to proclaim the year 2010 as the year of cultural rapprochement. Culture is a very wide concept, which of course includes religious and political culture. That's why such issues, the issues of political dialogue, which are the main idea of the conference, are aimed at contributing towards making 2010 the year of rapprochement on a global level. I would like to say that this forum allows representatives of the Muslim world and representatives of the West to understanding each other better and raise the level of mutual understanding. We should discuss these things, and then the ideas will be supported by practical suggestions. This is a good intention, and we should develop directions and ways to solve these issues. We should certainly not avoid discussion. Only after discussions can we achieve results. The Common World Progress Through Diversity Conference is close to the Global Civilizations Alliance in its ideological direction. The initiative of the meeting of the Ministers of Foreign Affairs of Western countries and the Muslim world add harmonically to Kazakhstan's other initiative, convening the Congress of World and Traditional Religions. Their successful accomplishment once again assigns the Republic the status of being a connecting influence in the global dialogue of civilizations, cultures and religions.